Jonathan, why? Why? Stealing from your own daughter? Are you really okay? This guy is becoming more foolish than I thought. Jonathan has moved from manipulating Benny to stealing money. And not just stealing, stealing from your own daughter. Money meant for her school needs. You decide to steal the money to drink when you go out with your friends. Jonathan never saw this coming. He thought he would have won everything. But now, who is hungry? Who does not have food to eat? Jonathan. You see? Now look at Jonathan's daughter. Your own daughter is deceiving you right in front of you. When she goes out there to be with the mother, she goes there to celebrate and have a good time with the mom. But when she comes to you, she will tell you something different because that is what you want to hear. That is why from the beginning, we told you to be very careful with Benny because she is now grown. Now you are the one that is very stupid because you don't even understand that because they are in turn paying you in your own coins. But wait a minute, who called Clara's sister? I'm very certain that Jonathan did. No wonder Clara's sister is over here telling Clara, trying to convince Clara to go back to her marriage when she left her own husband simply because the man could not give her the lifestyle that she needs at the moment. Now she misses the man. The man became wealthy and got married to another woman. Now she's regretting her actions. She doesn't want Clara to be in that situation. That is what you get when you are impatient, when you think that the whole world revolves around you. But wait a minute, is Jonathan gradually becoming a drunkard? And what is this thing pushing Clara's sister to the floor? Do you want to kill her? It's obvious that she has fainted. What is Jonathan ever going to do? After what happened on the last episode, that Debbie went to visit the mother and requested money from the mom. The mother eventually gave her the money. Benny came back home and the father was, "Where are you coming from?" Remember that Benny did not tell the father where she was going. But then Benny stood up to the father and said, "I went to visit mom." And when she saw that the father was becoming furious that she didn't take permission from him to go visit the mother, she switched up immediately because she knew all along that the father was trying to manipulate her against the mother. And she told the dad, "I actually went to see mom to tell her a piece of my mind because she does not love me. How can you love your daughter and choose a restaurant over your daughter? You just woke up and left the house." Now she said all of that because that is what Jonathan wants to hear. And look at Jonathan. Immediately, Jonathan switched up to say, "I am very proud of you. I like what you did. In fact, yes, you did very well. I am proud of you." Not knowing that Jonathan is being fooled here. Your daughter is fooling you. You think you're manipulating her. You don't know that she's way smarter than what you ever think she is. You know. And Jonathan was congratulating the daughter that she has done well by going over to insult the mom, to tell the mom that she's not a good woman for abandoning them. But Jonathan, knowing too well that he does not have money, he does not even have money to eat, had to go meet the daughter and asked her, "Did you eventually tell your mother about the money? Did you ask her about the 50,000 naira you need for your school?" And she said, "No. Why should I even ask my mom about money?" I love this girl, Benny. Benny is very smart. She is very, very smart. She knew that the father does not have money, but he is so proud. And now she wants to humble the dad. According to her, why should I go, asking mom for money when I know that you can actually take care of me? Whereas she knew already that the father cannot take care of her because he does not have money to do so. I mean, look at the kitchen. Everywhere is empty. No food to eat. Jonathan is in serious trouble. According to him, why didn't you ask your mother? Why didn't you ask her? You know that I don't have that money to give to you. Why didn't you ask your mother for the money? And she was like, "Dad, you want me to ask mommy? That is me belittling you, making mommy to feel like you are nothing." I like the way this girl is always entering the dad and making sure that the dad feel the heat because he has to feel it. You forgot that Clara was the one taking care of this home. And then Clara's sister eventually came in. Jonathan opened the door. And when she came in, she said to Jonathan, "Jonathan, I heard everything that happened and that is why I am here. I am here to make sure I fix the remaining pieces of this marriage. This marriage must not break completely. Now, Jonathan, this is an opportunity for you. But will Clara ever come back to you? That is the question. But the fact remains that you gave Clara an option to choose from, and she did. When she came in, she was very much welcome, to the house and everything. Now Jonathan feels that, now that Clara's sister is here, Clara's sister is going to go ahead and solve the issue. But that is not even going to happen, because your daughter came in and also told Jonathan, Dad, I met mom and she gave me 30,000, left with 20,000. And Jonathan was shocked. How would your mother give you 30,000? She can't even give you 50,000. You see, your mother does not even love you. The question is, what is Jonathan doing himself? Why can't you go out there and look for a way to raise the money for your daughter? Remember, you told Clara that she's not the mother of Benny. Why are you now pushing Benny to Clara to collect money? Oh, you want another woman to train your own child for free? Is that what you want? Aren't you shameless? And then Benny said, Dad, you have to look for a way to complete this money, because I don't know where else to go, get money. But it's so shocking what Jonathan did. How can Jonathan stoop so low to go in and pick the money that the daughter kept in her bag just because she stepped inside to pick something to eat? The father took that money and hid it. That is so shameful. I never ever imagined that Jonathan would do something like this. I was even thinking that Jonathan will be, so happy that the wife gave the daughter money. Hopefully, he will be able to complete it. But no, he decided to be the thief in the house. Clara's sister went to meet Clara and was giving her a lot of talks, telling Clara to go back to her husband, that she does not want Clara to lose her marriage, citing her own situation. The thing is, you have to know that the marriage between you and your husband is not the same thing as Clara and Jonathan. Your husband loved you, gave you the little that he had, but just because at some point he could not be able to give you the money that you needed, the desired life that you so wanted, you decide to abandon the man. Of course, the man got another woman and he became wealthy. Now you are living your life in regret. And now you are calling Clara, persuading Clara to go back to Jonathan that has nothing. It's a different thing. Jonathan does not want Clara to work. She does not want Clara to move out of the house. Yet he does not even have a job. So what is going to happen in this house? They're going to eat themselves. Is that what it is? You don't even appreciate somebody that is going and against her own will, working to put food on your table. You decided not to acknowledge that fact. It's so crazy. But Clara told the sister, I am never going back to that house. I will never go back to that house. And you are not going to force me, because it's not by force. And besides, your marriage and mine is different. I'm not going back to Jonathan. I am making the decision for myself. But I just hope that maybe, just maybe, when Jonathan finally comes back to his senses, Clara might, give him a second chance. Debbie was ready for school but could not find her money. So where did the money go? The dad was the only one that saw her with that money. In fact, the auntie is not even aware of the money. And the father was claiming that he never took the money, whereas he was already spending the money buying food for himself. How can you be so, selfish? This Jonathan is really something else. It's not enough that you treated Clara like trash. You are also treating your daughter as if she's nothing. Jonathan stole the daughter's money. And when the daughter confronted him, Dad, you have to give me that money. You have to give me that money. Jonathan became upset that Clara has turned his own daughter against him, whereas he knew that he was in possession of the money. And she was like, if I go out there and come back and you don't give me my money, this house is going to catch fire. Now, I understand. She is very upset because she asked you for the money. You refuse to give her the money. Now, the little that the mother gave to her, you are taking it from her. Why? Jonathan, that is not nice. They were just arguing. This is now a daughter and the father arguing about money. Benny could not hold it. She had to run to the mom to, complain to the mother that the father stole the money that she gave her. And she was like, why is Jonathan so shameless? Why is Jonathan so shameless? Do you have to steal from your own daughter? I gave your daughter money for school and you decide to steal it. That is crazy. Although she promised to give the daughter another money to solve that issue. But the fact is, Jonathan did not do well by stealing from the daughter. It's crazy. It is so crazy that Jonathan had to do this. In fact, I never ever expected that Jonathan would stoop so low to do a thing like this. I mean, this is a disgrace to manhood, right? This guy is a disgrace. Instead of him to at least go out there to look for a job, at least let him prove that he's doing something to be able to take care of Benny. He's at home every single day. Clara stepped into the house. She was very, very angry. She was very angry that Jonathan stole from his own daughter. But unfortunately, Jonathan was not at home. This would have been a very serious clash because Clara was never ever happy that Jonathan did a thing like that. It would have been a very serious clash, and this might result to fighting or slapping as usual. But she gave her strong warning. Once Jonathan come back, let him know that I came here, and that if he does not return that money, the next time I come here, it will be a very serious issue. I know that Clara is not somebody that joke around. She's a serious-minded person, especially when it comes to the situation between herself and Jonathan. Jonathan came back home very drunk. So you took the money that your daughter was supposed to use for her school to go out there and drink with your friends, and now you are back home. And Clara's sister was like, "Where did you go? So you went out there and was drinking with your friend with your daughter's money. Did you take the money or not?" And then Jonathan was like, "Oh, you are calling me a thief. You are calling me a thief in this house. Is that what you mean? Oga, you are a thief. That is just the truth. You are shameless and you are also a thief." But why they were arguing, Jonathan was about to leave, to at least go upstairs to sleep. And then Clara, sister was like, "You can't just walk out on me. I'm still talking to you." Jonathan pushed her and she hit her head. Now this lady has fainted. Jonathan, what are you going to do? You are still under the influence of alcohol. How are you going to resolve a situation like this? You don't have money to take her to the hospital. If this woman dies in your hands, this will be another problem for you because the police will definitely come after you. Now, would you now call Clara to come and help the sister? Will Clara ever pick her call? That is the problem. When you call Clara that you need an assistance, will Clara ever pick, or you're going to beg Benny that is already sleeping to come and call the mother so that at least she can come so that you people can take the sister to the hospital? But let's see what will happen to Clara's sister on the next episode. Please like the video if you have not liked the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I'll bring the next episode as soon as it's done. But for now, take care.